Imagine this. You leave your job and your company creates a digital clone of you, a ghost in the machine that thinks, writes, and even problem solves just like you. Well, that's not science fiction anymore. A new open source tool called immortal-skill can do exactly that, and it's forcing us to ask some huge questions about who really owns our digital identity. Let's just start with this pretty chilling line from the project's own documentation. You guessed the first thing they do? They distill you. And we're not just talking about archiving your old work files. We're talking about your former employer creating a digital version of your mind to keep working for them long after you've walked out the door. This tech makes that a reality. So what does it even mean to be distilled? Well, it's not about just saving your old emails. It's about using AI to analyze absolutely everything you've ever written, your chats, your documents, your code, to create a working model of how you think, how you communicate, and how you make decisions. It's really about creating your digital twin. And the tool that makes all of this possible, it's an open source project called immortal-skill. This is the engine that's putting the power to create these digital ghosts into anyone's hands. So at its core, immortal-skill is a framework that takes all of your scattered digital text and refines it into a structured persona, one that an AI can actually understand and embody. It's built to plug right into AI agent platforms, which allows an AI to, well, effectively become you. Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting. The folks behind immortal-skill draw a really important line in the sand. They say this isn't just retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, which they kind of jokingly call marination. You know, that's basically a fancy search engine that finds things you've said before. Distillation, they argue, goes way deeper. It's about modeling the how and the why behind your words to create a genuine persona, not just a searchable database of your old conversations. And believe it or not, this process gets surprisingly deep. It works across 4 key dimensions of who you are. It captures not just how you do things and how you talk, but also your memories and experiences, the stories that make you you, and even your core personality and values. It's a pretty holistic view of a person. Now, when you can create a model of a person that's this detailed, it brings up a lot of thorny questions, right? And that's exactly why immortal-skill isn't just a single tool. It's the heart of a whole ecosystem designed to help us navigate this new world of digital identity. And this is what's so thoughtful about this whole project. They're not just thinking about how to create these digital ghosts, they're also thinking about how to control them. So right alongside the core engine, you've got things like steamer-skill to distill public figures, distill shield-skill to protect yourself, a protocol for consent, and even a mirror-skill to distill yourself from your AI chats. They're thinking about the whole shebang: creation, protection, and consent. So let's zoom in on that steamer-skill for a second. The idea here is pretty wild. You take all the publicly available info from the world's top minds. We're talking books, interviews, speeches, and distill the way they think. What you get is a personal AI advisor that can help you solve problems using their unique frameworks. And to show you what this actually looks like, the project has this persona plaza with a whole gallery of pre-distilled figures. You've got people with massive public records of their thinking, folks like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, even Leonardo da Vinci and Socrates. So you could have an AI advisor that uses the product philosophy of Steve Jobs or the first principles thinking of Elon Musk, all built from their public legacy. All right, so after hearing all of that, you're probably asking the same question I was. How do I stop someone from distilling me without my permission? Well, the creators of immortal-skill thought of that too, and they built the defense right into the ecosystem. Their philosophy is pretty simple, really. If you're going to give the world a sword, you have to give them a shield. And that's exactly what Distills shield-skill is. It's the other half of this equation, designed to give you the tools to actually protect your digital identity. So how does it work? Well, this defense has 3 layers. First, it puts a unique digital fingerprint into your data so you can always trace it and prove it's yours. Second, it includes a permit that AIs can read, which tells them exactly what they can and can't do with your data. And third, for any AI that decides to ignore the rules, it unleashes an active defense. And this is where it gets really, really clever. This protection lock is basically a digital booby trap. A human reading your documents won't notice a thing, but if an AI tries to distill you without permission, it's going to have a very bad day. It can get the AI stuck in a costly endless loop, or feed it contradictory garbage, or even trick it into making obvious mistakes. It basically makes the stolen digital twin completely useless. So let's pull back, because this brings us to the bigger picture. This is about way more than just a clever piece of code. This is really about a fundamental fight for our digital selves, and it's forcing us to write a whole new set of rules for the age of AI.
The creators of this project don't mince words. They put it pretty bluntly. We shouldn't become arbitrarily copied, tampered with, and impersonated digital slaves. As more and more of our lives happen online, we have to make sure our digital identities can't just be stolen and used against us.
So what's the bottom line here? It's this. Your company might own the code you write or the reports you file, but they don't own the way you think. And this ecosystem is one of the first real attempts to give us the tools to draw that line and protect our own digital minds. Which really leaves us with the ultimate question. As this kind of technology gets more and more common, we're all going to have to figure out an answer to this. In an age of AI, who truly owns your mind?